Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, good morning guys. Good morning students. Okay, before we start our lesson, we have to pray together. Please pray together with me. Pray, begin. Pray, finish. Okay, thank you for praying together with me. And this morning, today, we will learn about intensive and extensive listening. But before that, I want to ask you, how's your day? How are you? Is it good?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, thank you. So this morning, we'll learn about intensive and extensive listening. Did you hear before about intensive and extensive listening? So today I will tell you the definition about both of them. But first, I will tell you the definition of intensive listening. Intensive listening is a listening activity with attention, provision, and thoroughness, so that listener can understand deeply. Okay. In here, I will tell you 3 things that must be considered of intensive listening. The first is listening understanding. Second is requires high concentration. And the third is understand formal language. And the next is, I will tell you intensive listening includes. The first is interrogative listening. Listening activity that aims to obtain information by asking questions directed at obtaining this information. The second is explorative listening. That is listening activity that is done with full attention to get new information. And the third is creative listening. Listening it is which aim to develop to imagination and creativity of learning. And then the next is consultative listening. That is listening activities carried out with full attention to gain a good understanding of the information being listened to. And then the last is selective listening. That is listening activities are carried out selectively and focus on recognizing foreign sounds, tones, and voice. Okay, the next I will tell you the definition about extensive listening. Extensive listening is a listening activity that is not required attention, provision, and accuracy. So the listener only understands the whole outline, just outline. And the next is the benefits of intensive listening. That is, the first is improve your vocabulary. Second is get used to natural English spoken. And then the third is improve understanding of English pronunciation. And the last is become a fluent listener. Okay. And then I will tell you extensive listening includes. The first is secondary listening, that is just happened by a change. And the next is aesthetic listening. It is often called appreciative listening. Aesthetic listening is the activity to enjoy and live something. The next is passive listening. Passive listening is a type of listening that is a listening activity that is carried out without conscious use or a purpose. And the last is social listening. This takes place in social situation. You can do this listening in a social place like a market, a station, or when you in school or the work, anywhere that is a social place. Okay, I think that is enough for my explanation. Any question about the material intensive and extensive listening, guys? Do you want to ask me? You can ask me anything.
Sorry, miss. I want to ask the difference about intensive and extensive listening.
Okay, thank you. The difference between intensive and extensive listening. Okay, I will tell you. The difference between listening and extensive listening is in terms of its seriousness and circumstances. You can see the difference when you're listening some text, some sounds, or some things. It's difference in seriousness and circumstances, like that. Any question again? If no, I will ask you. I want to be more active in my class, and I just want to see you guys if you listening or not with my explanation. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous, guys. Okay, Astrid, I want to ask you about extensive listening. Can you tell me the place that you can do social listening? Where you can do social listening? The place, can you tell me?
In market, station, and school.
Okay, thank you for your answer. It's good. You can do social listening in the social place like market and station or anywhere. Good, thank you, Astrid. Okay, I will give you assignment about intensive and extensive listening. Please do the assignment. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Okay, thank you guys for doing the assignment that I gave, and now we will discuss about that. I will read one of question that is advice, and please answer the question that I gave. Success and failure are both part of life. Both are not permanent. What is the meaning of the advice above?
Success and failure will always be in our lives, but it's not forever.
Okay, good, thank you. The listening one of the advice is one of from extensive listening. Thank you. I think you guys understand what I explaining. Thank you for today. And I will give you a homework. Please do the homework. Thank you for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, miss. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.